Hi everybody, my name is Dean and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I've compiled a list of 7 items that I think every man is going to need to own at some point in his life. However, instead of buying items all the time or replacing them, if you choose these 7 items wisely, you're only ever going to need to buy them once. So let's jump straight into the first item that I've put on my list. Okay, so the first item on my list would have to be the man's wallet. This is an item that every man is going to need throughout his lifetime. You're going to use it for your debit cards, your credit cards, your identification, your banknotes, etc. But it's definitely something that you're going to need. Now, when you're choosing a wallet, obviously it's important to go for something that's going to always be within fashion. So I'd strongly suggest that you go with something classic and timeless. There are many brands, particularly luxury brands, that will obviously try and tempt you to buy wallets that are currently trending. For example, Gucci, I know over the last few years they've had their wallets with snakes, I think, on them, and tigers, and I don't know what other, a bee, I think. These are probably great wallets right now, particularly if you're a younger guy, but I can pretty much assure you that in 10, 15, 20 years from now, they're not going to be fashionable. So go for something classic and timeless. Now, from a budget perspective, you can pick up really good quality wallets from £50, rising right up to over £1,000. I've even seen some at 2,500. But go for something that's within your budget, but get the best quality classic wallet you can. So, for example, I've dug out 3 examples. So the first one is this one from Harrods. This retails at £50. It's a full leather wallet, crock embossed. It's a classic timeless looking wallet and it will last you a lifetime. If you want something maybe a little bit more expensive, this one here is a vertical wallet from Saint Laurent. Again, it's never ever going to go out of fashion. It's a quality item. It's not going to break the bank. It's going to look good. It's got the right brand on it, and the craftsmanship and construction of it is going to be first class. However, if you want to spend maybe a little bit more, for example, I use the monogram canvas wallet from Louis Vuitton. This retails at £370. Again, it's a classic wallet. It's never going to go out of fashion. So when you're selecting your wallet, think about these points. Okay, the second item on my list that every man's going to need during their lifetime is the man's passport holder. Now, the world's such a small place nowadays and people are constantly travelling. So with that in mind, I thought the passport holder is probably the second best item to go on this list. Now, if you do travel often, you'll know how important it is to keep your passport in good condition. You know, there's nothing worse than turning up at a passport control border and your passport is, the pages are bent or it's disfigured or whatever it may be, or worse still, you're trying to pass it through the electronic readers nowadays and it just can't read it because it's looking kind of defaced. So a passport holder is a quality item, and again, something that I think every man should own. Now, there's very many models available, and again, this is going to depend on your budget, but what I've done is I've dug out 3 items that I think you could consider. And again, these are things that you should only ever buy once in your life. Now, the first one is from Aspinall of London. I think Aspinall's is an amazing brand. It's a quality brand. And to be honest with you, I really should invest more in that brand. But the first one I've got anyway is this one here. £80. It's going to be a quality item that's going to last you forever. If you want to up the budget a little bit more, this brand is probably not so well known, but it's a quality brand, and this is Smithson, which is £170. Again, a quality item that is going to last you forever. It's an item you're only ever going to buy once. However, if you want to go that little bit higher again, I use the Louis Vuitton monogram canvas passport holder. This one retails at £265. I mean, it's got obviously my passport in there, and it does have slots as well in there for cards and ID and whatever else you might want to put in there. But again, it's a classic item. The reason I went for this one is because obviously it matches the wallet that I picked up. But again, these are items that you're only ever going to buy once if you buy correctly. Okay, the next item up on my list is the wristwatch. Every man's going to need to own a wristwatch. And obviously a wristwatch has 2 functions, primarily to tell you the time, but it's also there to enhance your outfit. So when you're selecting a wristwatch, and bear in mind, you're looking for a wristwatch that you're only ever going to buy once. It's going to last you a lifetime. It's important that you select something that is going to be a classic looking watch that will go with pretty much any outfit. Now, obviously, it's going to be dependent on your budget as to what brand you can pick up. Obviously, you've got your Rolexes, your Cartiers, I don't know, your APs, Petit Philippe's, whatever it may be. But if you're an everyday guy and you just haven't got the money to spend on those sorts of brands, there's many brands that offer quality products on the market. So, for example, I've dug out this one here. Retails at £300 from Tissot, Swiss made watch. Again, it's going to go well with most outfits, but most importantly, it will last you a lifetime. Okay, the fourth item on my list is the cufflink. Now, I know in today's modern world, cufflinks are not worn every day, maybe like they used to be back in the power decade of the 80s or even the early 90s. But cufflinks are an item that every man's going to need to own and will certainly wear several times throughout their lifetime. Now, I bought my cufflinks back in the very early 90s and I still wear the same pair today. And the reason I'm able to do that is because I bought a timeless classic pair that go with anything. So, with that in mind, I've set what I would class as a very, very reasonable budget. And between £200 and £300, you can pick up cufflinks such as these. So the first ones I've got here are from Chopard, which is an amazing brand. These will go with anything, and again, they're going to last you a lifetime, and you'll feel very happy when you're wearing them. Or maybe you prefer these from Mont Blanc. Again, very reasonably priced for an item that's going to last a lifetime, that has the right heritage behind it. But when you're going to be selecting cufflinks, I know it's tempting maybe sometimes to go with the more gimmicky ones that are available on the market, but don't do it. Remember, you're looking to buy items once, so go for something such as these. Okay, the fifth item on my list is the pen. Now, I know in today's modern world, pens are not used as much as they used to be. You know, everyone's using their iPhones, iPads, PCs, whatever it may be. Everything's done digitally. But a pen is still a really nice item to own. And if you choose the right one, again, it will last you a lifetime. Now, the pen that I use, I've had for probably 25, 30 years, and it was a Fisher pen. It still works absolutely amazing. It's a quality pen. I think at the time when it was bought, it was probably about £75. I think now they're going for around £200. They're still being made, but it was a quality pen. However, I would like to actually buy myself a new pen, and the one that I've been looking at is this from DuPont. DuPont is a really highly regarded brand, particularly for pens and lighters. Now, this one, as you can see, again, it's not going to break the bank. Retails at £200. It's a great looking pen, but again, something that's going to last you forever. However, if you want to spend a little bit more, and I think most people, when you're talking about pens, probably associate the brand Mont Blanc, then Mont Blanc offer great pens as well. A little bit more expensive, but for example, they've got this one here, £400. Great looking pen, and again, quality, and it's going to last you. Okay, the sixth item on my list are sunglasses. Every guy's going to need to own a pair of sunglasses. And again, we want to buy just one pair, really. Something that's going to be quality and that's going to last forever. Now, depending on your budget, obviously you can go up to, £1,000 for a pair of Cartier sunglasses if you want. However, if you're starting at the lower end of the budget, obviously I think Ray-Ban would be the brand that has to be mentioned. There's many different models available. The Aviator, for example, I think you can probably pick up for around, £130, £150, something like that. And for most occasions, that frame shape will work. If you want to spend maybe a little bit more, for example, I wear Zegna glasses. These were around the £350, £400 mark. They're just a classic frame. They're always going to be in fashion, and for that reason only, I only need to buy my sunglasses once. But again, think about timeless pieces. I know, for example, at the moment with sunglasses, really big, thick frames are in fashion, and they're probably fine now, but in a few years, they're not going to be wearable. So choose wisely. Okay, and the seventh and final item on my list is the man's travel holder. This is an item that you're going to use several times a year, if not maybe even weekly if you travel a lot. But I would insist, and I know insist is a strong word, but I would insist that you go for a leather variation as opposed to, say, nylon. I think leather travel holders are the most classic looking. They're going to look great whether you've just purchased them or whether they're aged, the leather's aged and you're still using them in 30 years. Again, there's many different brands available and depending on your budget. However, there's two brands when I think about travel bags that stand out to me. The first one is Aspinall, London. Again, I mentioned that brand earlier, but quality pieces, well renowned for their craftsmanship. This is a brand that's used by the royals. Great bag, and it's yes, okay, it may be a little bit expensive, but it's not going to break the bank. And another bag manufacturer that I think of a lot when I think about travel bags is Mulberry. Again, quality products, and they're going to last you forever. Yes, you can go for your more used brands, I suppose, the brands that most people are picking up. For example, Louis Vuitton travel bags, obviously a very well-known brand, but I think they're probably a little bit saturated now, if I'm honest with you. So for that reason, the two brands I just mentioned, the Aspinall London and Mulberry, I think just makes you stand out from the crowd. But again, two products that will last you a lifetime. Anyway, guys, I really hope that you've enjoyed today's vlog. If it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, but I want to continue to grow the channel. And by you hitting that subscribe button, it will really help to support that. Also, if you can hit the like button and leave a comment, that really helps with the algorithms as well. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your day and I'll get back to you again soon.